and I'm happy that I was able to share the ring with so many legendary fighters. You know, to become a great fighter, you had to become great. You had to fight great fighters. You had to fight good fighters. So I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the certain guys that paved the way for me.
The boxing world is on fire right now. Fans were stunned when two all-time greats, Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, were spotted training together ahead of Tyson's highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul. The unexpected alliance instantly sent shockwaves through the sport, leaving fans and analysts asking the same question. What happens when two legends with completely opposite styles collide in the gym? For the first time since the session went viral, Floyd Mayweather has finally broken his silence. Known for his flawless defense, surgical precision, and an undefeated professional record, Mayweather has always approached boxing like a master chess player. Training alongside Tyson, a heavyweight icon built on raw power, relentless pressure, and knockout instincts, wasn't just surprising, it was fascinating. This wasn't a casual workout or a publicity stunt. It was a rare meeting of minds. A calculated defensive genius sharing the ring with one of the most feared punchers in boxing history. The session wasn't only about sharpening Tyson for the Jake Paul fight. It was about blending two completely different boxing philosophies into one dangerous formula. And if even a fraction of Mayweather's insight transfers to Tyson, the rest of the boxing world might want to pay very close attention. In his first public comments after the session, Floyd Mayweather made it clear this was no ordinary workout. He praised Mike Tyson's work ethic, highlighting the legendary heavyweight's relentless drive and undiminished passion for the sport, even at this stage of his career. Mayweather also pulled back the curtain on what actually went down inside the gym. According to him, the focus wasn't on reinventing Tyson, but on sharpening what already makes him dangerous, his explosive power, while layering in defensive adjustments designed to neutralize a younger opponent like Jake Paul. Despite their vastly different styles, the two legends found immediate common ground. Both believe boxing is won as much in the mind as it is with the fists. Mayweather stressed the importance of strategy, patience, and mental toughness, the very traits that carried him to an undefeated career, while Tyson brought a level of intensity and controlled aggression that only he can deliver. It was a rare fusion of brilliance and brutality. And if that blend shows up on fight night, the ripple effects could be massive. As the debate around Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul heats up, another heavyweight voice has entered the conversation, and it carries serious weight. Former UFC champion Francis Ngannou has made his prediction, and in his view, there's simply no substitute for experience. Jake Paul, 27, is firmly in his athletic prime. Tyson, meanwhile, recently turned 58. On paper, it looks like a massive age gap. But Ngannou, who trained under Tyson's guidance before making his boxing debut against Tyson Fury last December, believes people are underestimating Iron Mike in a dangerous way. I think Tyson will still beat him, Ngannou told assembled media in Washington, D.C., including TalkSport. While fans remain split, medical experts have raised serious concerns. Several have warned Tyson about the health risks of stepping back into the ring against an opponent 3 decades younger. Stephen Hughes, a senior lecturer in medicine at Anglia Ruskin University, cautioned that Tyson's age and past struggles with alcoholism significantly increase his risk of subdural hematomas and strokes. Those concerns were echoed by Dave Hancock, a globally respected fitness specialist and former physiotherapist for Chelsea, Leeds United, and the England national team, who warned that the fight could have catastrophic consequences for Tyson's long-term health. Ngannou, however, isn't buying the doom and gloom narrative. Asked about Tyson's condition at his advanced age, Ngannou replied, "He's definitely not what he was when he was young. But when he moves around and shows you something, I'm like, what the hell is this?" That, Ngannou says, is what people still don't understand about Mike Tyson. His footwork is still there. He can move from your left to your right in the blink of an eye. Jake Paul, meanwhile, continues to face criticism from the boxing establishment for taking a fight with a man who turned professional more than a decade before Paul was even born. The former Disney star owns a 10-1 professional record, with his lone loss coming against Tommy Fury, the younger brother of WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Paul's path has also drawn scrutiny for bypassing traditional contenders, opting instead to face former UFC champions like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley early in his boxing career. Now, with legends backing Tyson and experts sounding alarms, this fight has become more than a matchup. It's a collision between youth and experience, science and belief, and legacy versus spectacle. And that's exactly why the world can't look away.
I'm not scared. Sorry, I'm not scared of shit. No, not at all. Not at all. I was born for this. I was born for this moment. The universe told me this was going to happen. You can ask Mike. I did ayahuasca, called him up and said, we're going to fight on the biggest stage possible. It's destiny. And now here we are years later actually making it happen. I was made for this moment, born to do this, and I'm going to put on the performance of a lifetime on November 15th, and the universe will align for all of its glory and good for God.
The controversy surrounding Jake Paul didn't start with Mike Tyson, and it won't end with him either. Back in August 2023, Paul rattled Nate Diaz, one of the few fighters who has actually defeated the infamous Conor McGregor, adding another polarizing chapter to his boxing journey. Responding to critics in an exclusive interview with Gareth A. Davies for TalkSport, Paul pushed back hard against the backlash. "I think it's disrespectful to Mike, first and foremost," Paul said. "And then I would say to them, get in the ring with him. If Mike wants to fight, then Mike wants to fight. If he wants to make it a pro fight, then okay, I want to fight Mike Tyson. That's legendary. It's an honor to be in the ring with him." Despite Paul's words, opinions remain sharply divided. Some fans can't wait. Others believe the fight should never happen. And many are still sitting on the fence. But debate aside, one thing is now locked in. On Friday night, November 15th, former two-time heavyweight champion Mike Tyson will step back into the ring to face YouTuber-turned-professional boxer Jake Paul. When news of this unexpected matchup first broke, the bout was scheduled for June 20th. That plan changed after a medical scare forced a postponement. In May, during a flight from Miami to Los Angeles, Tyson required urgent medical attention following an ulcer flare-up. The Hall of Famer has since fully recovered and is now back in full preparation mode. Just last week, Tyson and Paul went face-to-face at Fanatics Fest 2024 inside New York's Jacob Javits Center, where they addressed the media in a tense press conference hosted by former Pittsburgh Steelers star-turned-analyst Ryan Clark. The crowd reaction said everything. Tyson was welcomed with thunderous applause from his home city. Jake Paul, the night's most polarizing figure, was met with a wave of boos that echoed through the arena. Legacy versus spectacle. Respect versus controversy. The countdown is officially on, and the world will be watching.
I'm beautiful, and I've been training for a while, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
As Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fielded questions about their upcoming bout, one thing was impossible to ignore. The tension in the room was real. What once sounded like a novelty matchup has rapidly evolved into a compelling clash, and beneath the bravado, both fighters appear to be wrestling with their own version of doubt. For Jake Paul, the nerves are understandable. For the first time in his boxing career, he's facing an opponent with elite, proven boxing pedigree. This isn't a former MMA striker learning on the fly. This is a man who built his legacy on ending fights with a single, violent moment. The early rounds will be everything for Paul. That's where the biggest questions come into focus. Can he hold his ground while moving backward? Is he durable enough to absorb a clean shot from Tyson? And perhaps most importantly, can he defend against, or even survive, a Mike Tyson body shot? Those unanswered questions are enough to make any fighter uneasy. But Tyson isn't immune to mental hurdles either. With 50 career wins and 44 knockouts, Tyson is unquestionably the superior boxer in terms of experience and skill. Yet the great equalizer in this fight is time. At 58 years old, Tyson knows he no longer moves with the same speed or fluidity that once defined him. Still, boxing has always been cruelly honest about one thing. Power is the last thing to leave. and Tyson appears to have retained enough of that explosive force to instantly change the course of the fight. He may walk to the ring projecting confidence, even with pieces of his old self missing. But beneath that familiar glare, a question lingers just as it does for Paul. Is there a trace of apprehension hiding behind the legend? That uncertainty, on both sides, is what makes this fight impossible to look away from.
I love you, Mike.
Same.
And I'm very nervous for you.
Thank you for caring.
I do care. I care about you. And I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now. And it's ruthless, Mike.
I agree. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's so cool to watch. And he's really crushing it. And I just feel like I want you to be okay in there, Mike.
Paul, however, brushed off Ngannou's concerns with a pointed tweet, subtly firing back while referencing Ngannou's own October opponent in the same breath. And then there's Tyson. In a chilling statement aimed directly at Paul, he said, "I'm always careful when that guy comes out. Every time I drink or get ready to fight and Iron Mike returns, I end up in handcuffs. Unfortunately, I have to fight and be that guy. I wish I could stop that guy. That guy haunts me. I wish that guy died. But he's here again." Adding another layer of irony, Tyson later appeared on the Impulsive podcast hosted by Logan Paul, Jake's older brother. Throughout the episode, Logan openly expressed his fear about the matchup, not for Jake, but for Tyson. With genuine concern, Logan emphasized that above all else, he wants Mike to be safe. He urged Tyson to take the situation seriously, underscoring just how dangerous the stakes truly are, even for a legend. Youth versus experience. Power versus endurance. Confidence versus uncertainty. On November 15th, the questions stop, and the answers finally arrive. Mike Tyson made one thing unmistakably clear. He has never underestimated Jake Paul. While others may dismiss him, Tyson insists he never has. Drawing from 58 years of lived experience, Tyson reflected on a hard-earned truth. Anyone can be dangerous. That realization, he admitted, has left him permanently wary of the people standing across from him. He closed with a grounded, almost philosophical take on the fight itself. Two men will step into the ring. One will walk out the winner. Maybe they'll meet again someday. And when it's all over, both will return to their separate lives, heading back to their banks and resuming their everyday routines. But don't mistake that calm perspective for doubt. In a candid interview, Tyson explained that what truly separates him from Jake Paul's previous opponents is experience, or rather, their lack of it. He openly acknowledged Paul's strength and physicality, stressing that this wasn't hype or public relations, just his honest assessment. Tyson went even further, challenging anyone who questioned his age or ability to come find out for themselves. He made a clear distinction between himself and Jake's past opponents. They entered their fights relaxed and confident. Tyson, on the other hand, admitted he's approaching this bout with anxiety and trepidation, and believes that very fear is what makes him different. Those emotions, Tyson says, keep him sharp. They keep him alive. Jake Paul, meanwhile, responded with fire of his own. People are saying it's going to be my funeral, that it's going to be my wake, that Mike Tyson is going to kill Jake Paul, Paul said. And that's why I love Mike. I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Not until November 15th. Then came the line that sent a chill through the room. I'm knocking this out. And we're going to see who's dead. We will see who's dead. Love him or hate him, the moment has arrived. November 15th. No more talk. No more questions. Only one truth remains, and it will be settled in the ring.